Hey, I thought I'd give you a quick update on my aquaponics system. It's now June of 2012 and I've made a few changes. I had some indoor grow beds that I was just kind of testing with, and I've decided to discontinue using those. They were flowing into the top of my fish tank, and I had some problems with my fish tank occasionally overflowing if there's a problem, and I had too much water coming in at the same time, so I decided to switch to this constant level system. So I keep a constant level of water in the fish tank. I've got 2 pumps going in there at the moment, provide aeration. I also have an air pump over here just as a backup, and I've got 2 of these 2-inch pipes that lift my solids into my sump tank. As the fish swim around, they stir up some of the solids, and with the water coming into the back of this tank all the time, it creates a pressure in the tank. It causes the tank to try to stay level, so it goes up over this siphon tube and drops into this tank. You can see both of these tanks, or both of these pipes, that is fairly clean around the pipe. That's because the water pressure kind of floats it away. And I clean this out about every week or every 2 weeks of the solids. And it runs out of the back of this tank with a 2-inch pipe, which I reduced to 1.5 inches. I may have to put 2 of these in at some point just to accommodate some extra grow beds. Got sump tanks down below these grow beds, and I've decided I don't quite like that system very well. I've got a lot of algae growth. Also, I'm having to add water. It's about 90 degrees, and I've got a lot of evaporation, so I'm having to add water to my system a little bit more often than I would like. So I'm going to take out all of these sump tanks that are down below my grow beds and turn them into grow beds. I've got 4 grow beds right now. This one's got strawberries, which are doing nicely. They're vining out real well and really growing. They weren't providing much fruit because I had too much salt in my system. I had some sick fish that I put some salt in there trying to help them out a little bit, and I ended up losing about 90% of my fish because I put them in before my system was cycled and didn't keep close enough tab on my water quality. So everybody tells you to wait 6 weeks. I recommend you wait 6 weeks before you get a bunch of fish. So I'll be shopping for some more fish soon now that my system cycled real well. I've got a loofah plant back here in the back that's vining off and taking off well. Everything started flowering. The loofah and the strawberries hadn't flowered when I had the salt in the system. Now that I've done a pretty good water change several times, they seem like they're doing fine now. So I think my salinity is where it needs to be. Tomatoes have been doing real well. I think we'll have some ripe ones soon. They're putting on nicely. Got a couple of popcorn plants. This one's starting to tassel. It's not quite as tall as I would like for it to be, so I'm hoping it does okay. So I've just been testing with that. Got some peppers and jalapenos, which are putting on real good. And then these are my basil plants, which have gotten out of control and started flowering. So I'll have to see if those are still edible. I may dehydrate some of them. And I've got some goji berry plants. Can't get it to focus very good. Coming along here in the back. So I'm eager for those to start growing. And with my fish loss, I don't think I have quite enough nutrients. I've got 2 goji berry plants down here in this planter, just in the regular dirt, and they're doing quite a bit better. So I don't think I have quite enough nutrients in my system with my fish die off, so I need to get some new fish here as soon as possible. I thought I'd do this update because I am getting ready to change the system. Like I said, I'll be taking out these bottom sumps, and I, over the weekend, buried this 1,500-gallon tank, and that's going to be my sump. My water temperatures have been changing dramatically. If it's 90 degrees outside, I've got 90-degree fish water. If it's 50 degrees in the evening, I've got 50-degree fish water. So I think the water dropping, the evaporation, and just being up here above the ground has caused a little bit more water temperature fluctuation than I would like. So I'm going to bury this tank and route them all through pipe into that tank, and then from that tank I'll pump it back up to the fish tank, and I think that'll help keep my water temperature a little bit more constant. I'm hoping it'll maintain a 70 to 80 degree temperature most of the summer. So slowly getting my greenhouse put together. I ran out of nuts and bolts for my hanger, so that kind of stopped there. But I've got my plastic, I've got most of my lumber, so I'll be getting this all leveled out and put together soon. So that's all I got. I just thought I'd give you an update on how things were going, and we'll do another one again. Hopefully show you a lot of strawberries the next time.